Today, we will learn 5 English words from the Bible. First word is scapegoat, meaning a person or group made to bear the blame for others or to suffer in their place. Biblical story, Leviticus 16. This word comes directly from the ancient Israelite ritual of Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement. The high priest would take 2 goats. One goat was sacrificed for the Lord as a sin offering. The second goat was designated for Azazel, which early English translators, like William Tyndale, rendered as scapegoat or a scapegoat. The priest would confess all the sins of the people onto this live goat, symbolically transferring the community's guilt to the animal. The scapegoat was then driven out into the wilderness, carrying the sins of the people away from the community and into the desert, never to return. This act symbolized the total removal of sin. Second word is Samaritan, specifically, Good Samaritan, meaning a charitable, helpful person, one who unselfishly assists a stranger in distress. Biblical story, Luke 10 verses 25 to 37. The story is the parable of the Good Samaritan, told by Jesus to answer the question, "Who is my neighbor?" A man traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho was robbed, beaten, and left half dead on the road. A priest and a Levite, both Jewish religious figures, passed by and deliberately avoided the injured man. Finally, a Samaritan came along. In that time, Jews and Samaritans despised each other due to deep ethnic and religious conflict. Despite this animosity, the Samaritan felt compassion, bandaged the man's wounds, took him to an inn, and paid for his recovery. Jesus used this outcast figure to demonstrate true neighborly love, shifting the word Samaritan from a term of contempt to a synonym for compassionate aid. Third word is Behemoth, meaning a huge, powerful creature or anything of monstrous size or power. Biblical story, Job 40 verses 15 to 24. The word appears in the book of Job when God speaks to Job from a whirlwind, demonstrating the Creator's power by describing his creations. God describes the behemoth as a mighty land creature, the first of the works of God, with bones like tubes of bronze and limbs like iron rods. Its tail is compared to a cedar tree. While scholars debate the creature's literal identity, perhaps a hippopotamus, elephant, or even a mythological chaos beast, the description is purely about massive, untamable size and strength. In modern English, the word simply conveys this sense of colossal scale. Fourth word is Cain, meaning, often used in phrases like Mark of Cain, a stigma or brand of a criminal or outcast, or as a reference to a murderous brother. Biblical story, Genesis 4. This is the story of the first murder. Cain and Abel were the 2 sons of Adam and Eve. Cain was a farmer, and Abel was a shepherd. When they brought offerings to God, God favored Abel's offering over Cain's. Consumed by jealousy, Cain lured Abel into a field and murdered him. When God confronted him, Cain was cursed to be a fugitive and a wanderer. Fearing he would be killed, God placed a mark on Cain, not as a punishment but as a sign of divine protection. Whoever killed Cain would suffer 7-fold vengeance. Though the mark's original intent was protection, it is now primarily remembered as a symbol of guilt and shame for fratricide. Fifth word is Eden, meaning a state of perfect happiness, a paradise, a tranquil, unspoiled place. Biblical story, Genesis 2 to 3. The Garden of Eden was the original home of Adam and Eve, created by God. It is described as a perfect, beautiful garden where humans lived in innocence and harmony with nature and with God. The story recounts how Adam and Eve were banished from Eden after disobeying God by eating the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, leading to the fall of man. The word Eden remains in English as a term for any idyllic, lost paradise or a state of pristine perfection.